Hey people, hope you guys are all having a wonderful day. Today I wanted to do a quick and easy party member tier list guide for Fear and Hunger 2. I did a main character tier list, so check that out. I think I was a little bit too harsh on Levi, but other than that, I'm going to go into the party members. So first of all, we're going to start out with Karen, and she's just here. So Karen is probably one of the worst party members in the game. She's one-handed. She only comes with lockpicking, and she comes on day 2, and by that point in the game you'd likely have bashed down every single door that you could lockpick by that point. She spawns in an area where the mob spawns, which, if you don't know, mob is one of the most annoying bosses in the game. It just sort of blindsides you, it ambushes you and tends to get like a bunch of attacks off on you, and can be a bit unfair to a certain extent. Sometimes you just want to just avoid fighting the mob altogether in your run. So because of that, she starts off, she's just not really worth it at the end of the day. By the time that you want to fight the mob, you'll have 4 party members anyway to fight the mob, so by that point she's just sort of there. And next is Levi. So Levi is interesting. You can get him day 1, which means that you can get him very early and start building him up very early on. However, he comes with the withdrawal effect and requires heroin to recruit. To get heroin, there's only one specific drop for heroin, which is killing needles, which you get 3 heroin, and that's not going to be enough to keep him jonesed for the rest of the game. There is a way to remove heroin withdrawal as a party member. If you have Dan and you equip him with the salmon snake rune, and you use medical Majora, you can basically kill him, then revive him, and he will revive without the withdrawal effect, effectively curing his heroin addiction. So effectively, with certain team comps like having Dan in your party or being Dan himself, Levi can be a 2-handed user with a slight proficiency in guns. The unfortunate thing about having a proficiency in guns is it's usually better on the MC, so it's sort of a nothing skill, but a 2-handed fighter is a 2-handed fighter at the end of the day. Next up is Olivia. So Olivia is decent. She doesn't come with all of her medical knowledge that she would as an MC. You get her day 2, which is slightly late, after killing Pav early or getting the wheelchair, whatever way that you want to do it. And just basically better than Karen and Levi. Because with Levi, you have to deal with the withdrawals. Even if you say if you're not using Dan as your main character, you have to invest in Dan to get Levi up and running. And Karen, you're gonna get mobbed. So yeah, she's just slightly better than them. She doesn't have any like drawbacks. It's just that there are better teammates that you could be using. Next up is Marina. Now, Marina could go up here day 1 night if you have her as Levi. In the case that you are Levi, you can recruit her day 1 night, making it almost enough to make Levi usable. In fact, he is usable, but outside of that, with every other MC, she is a C. Just slightly better than all these other characters. She starts out with just really engrave, and she will leave your party repeatedly up until I think it's day 2 night or something like that. And because of that, you are unable to really invest in her enough to get her up and running and start being like a real contender. But if you got her with Levi and you got her day 1 night, you have basically one of the best spellcasters in the game to build upon for the rest of the run. And she's just very malleable as that. But in the occasions that she temporarily joins your party, you can use her engrave skill while she's in your party and just engrave everyone without having to learn the skill, and that will just give you guys all a good stat boost before she leaves. Next up is Dan. You can get him as early as day 2 morning. Now the thing is about Dan is he isn't spectacular. I believe that you can use him in the town for like healing yourself or something like that, but as soon as you leave the town he leaves your party or something. Outside of that, to get him you need to go to the white apartments and get through all the neighbours, and you need to recruit him and get him out of there without him dying somehow. And generally the thing about him is that he doesn't really start with anything. He only really starts with analyze, and as much as that is great for lower things and stuff like that, it's just not fantastic, and he only stays around until day 2 night. I think as soon as day 3 morning he will begin to moon scorch, if I remember off the top of my head. Correct me down in the comments. Because of all of these restrictions as a party member, he isn't fantastic. He has like he has equal amount of restrictions as like almost Karen, and the really thing that is saving him is his skill tree and the fact that he's a two-handed fighter, and also just all the lore things that you can get from him. He is a contender for your most common 4th party member, if you know what I mean. Next up is Marco, who is, if he was available day 1 morning, he would be up here, but if right now he is in B+. The thing about Marco is you can't recruit him until day 2 night, and if Tanaka has survived that long, it's day 3 morning, which is not fantastic. What is fantastic though is his stat line, his quick attacks, like his 2-fist attacks, and the fact that he's a two-handed user. He also has a great skill tree that he can build upon. It's just his lack of availability that is really holding him back. He generally is who's going to replace your 4th party member, or is going to be your 4th party member at the point that you can get him. Next character occupying his own tier is Osa. So Osa you can get day 1 morning if you know what you're doing. However, you need to go through a heavy gauntlet of enemies and obstacles to get to him. I won't tell you how to get to him, but if you get him day 1 morning, you can build upon him in a multitude of ways to sort of carry you through the game. Due to Spiceforge and easy access to Black Orb, he can end up being able to just Black Orb everything in the game and win it for you. The one drawback about Osa is, do you want him as your party member, or do you want to kill him and take his soul and use his Spiceforge? Quite a lot of the characters, such as Dan and Marina, generally want to basically kill and absorb Osa as soon as possible. Outside of that, he's also a two-handed fighter, and that is also fantastic. Now, finally, it is the one and only Abella. Abella you can get day 1 morning very easily at the start of the game, close to the train. She comes with the pipe wrench and the pipe wrench skill, allowing her to stun enemies, effectively allowing you to stun lock most of the beginner area of the game. She also comes with short circuit, allowing you to access a lot of the areas in the game. She also starts out with some weapon recipes, allowing you to start crafting more. There is almost no downside to her. The only drawback is if you play her, you can't have her as a party member. But outside of that, this is all of the party members in Fear and Hunger 2. Let me know if there is anything that I got wrong, Let me know if you have any feelings about some of the characters. I will answer very, very quickly in the comments, let you know why I made my choices more in depth. Anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Ciao, ciao.